Hello, Noble Knitter, it's Nancy Queen, and today we're going to talk about what to do if your knitting is too tight. So let's dive right in. One of the biggest problems that new knitters have is that they can't knit the stitches because it's just too tight on the needles. They can't even get the needle into the stitch, the next stitch to knit it. So these are my 5 best tips for helping you ease and relax your tension so you can actually knit the stitches and enjoy them. The first tip I have, which seems really obvious, but many people forget and don't even realize they're doing this, is that you need to relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, and then down to your fingers and hands. Relax them so that you can actually work the stitches. A lot of times I see people clenching like this and they can't get into it. If you just relax, that will help you ease up things in a big way. So the next tip I have for you, tip number 2, is to be sure that you're working on the widest part of the needle, the shaft of the needle. Those points seem to be where a lot of knitters want to hang out, and then they forget that the needle needs to, the stitch rather, needs to be up on the shaft of the needle to actually form the correct size stitch. So make sure when you make every single stitch that you're not just leaving it on the point and then moving on to the next stitch. You want to make sure you slide it up onto the shaft and that the stitches can glide like this across the needle. Tip number 3 is relax your tension when you're holding the yarn. When you're feeding it through, it's good to have a slight amount of tension, but you don't want it tight and you don't want to pull up on it after you make a stitch. That is the job of the needle, to make it the right size. So you're going to ease up on that, relax a little bit, and do not pull up on it after you've made the stitch. The 4th tip I have for you is to try knitting in a different method. There's a Russian, Portuguese, American throw method, and there's my favorite continental knitting style, and all they are different ways of holding your needles and your yarn to make it easier for you to knit. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you'll know that I am totally into continental knitting, and I have lots of videos on that right here and how you can knit faster using this method, so check that out. The 5th tip I have for you is to go up a needle size. You don't have to stick with the needle size that you're working on if everything's getting too tight. Go up a needle size and you should notice a difference in how things are working for you. So I hope you enjoyed these 5 tips. What do you do to loosen your knitting? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.